What is this?
Bird.
That's right. What kind of bird?
Seagull.
Could be a seagull. Yeah. It's hard to tell because you don't have context. You don't have more information. Okay, so then what is what's
Cactus.
cactus? Yeah. Sun. So if that's cactus and that's a sun, what kind of bird do you think that is?
A
Vulture.
vulture.
Yeah, it's a vulture. And so where are we probably?
Desert.
Desert. Yep.
Arizona.
What's that?
The hole.
That's right. It's a hole in the ground. Who is this? Who's that?
That's Foo.
Huh?
I said that's Foo from last week.
Boo from last week.
Foo.
Spruce. I'll tell you who that is. That's a scientist. That's a scientist.
Foo. What is foo?
I'll tell you later.
I remember, Mary. It's all good. I remember.
What is that?
The turtle that has a wing.
It looks like it could be a turtle with a wing. It's not.
I would guess a duck or a fat child.
An armadillo.
No,
An insect carrying food.
it is an insect.
The
It is
biggest
an
insect.
The beetle.
Not a beetle.
Not a beetle.
Is it a cicada?
No. These are all good guesses. It's a wasp.
Oh.
To be exact, this is the
Obviously.
obviously. I mean, come on. This is the North American sand wasp. The North American sand wasp lives in these holes in the ground in the desert. And there's been many studies done by scientists on the North American sand wasp. And so what a sand wasp does is it gets food and then it comes back to its home. This is its home. And then it puts the food right there on the side because it has to go inside the hole to check for boogles. And so the wasp, it puts this food on here and then it goes in to check for boogles. And
What's a boogle?
oh, you don't know what a boogle is?
What's a boogle? No.
You don't know what a boogle is? So you know how when you were young and you were sure that there was something underneath your bed?
Oh, boogeyman. Okay.
Yeah, so a boogeyman is a boogle, okay,
Oh,
right?
of course.
You're sure that it's there and you're scared of it. So you run and you jump in your bed, you get under your covers, right? To keep the boogles from getting you. This North American sand wasp used to have a predator. And the predator, it used to run around and eat them. And then one day it just realized, well, instead of running around and trying to chase after the wasp, instead I'll just go into its home and wait for it to come home. And so the wasp would come home with the food in its mouth, not knowing that there's boogle in there, and it would get eaten. And so over time, the wasp learned, you know what, I'm going to put my food aside and I'm going to go down there and check it out and make sure it's safe. And then I'll come back and I'll get the food and then I'll go back inside. Makes sense, right? And so the wasp puts the food there, goes inside, check to see if there's boogles, come out, get the food, and then we'll go back inside. And so what the scientists wanted to know is, what would this wasp do if we just went and moved the food over here? What would the wasp do? And so the wasp would go and put its food there. It would go down into the hole, come back out, see the food had been moved and go, oh my gosh, food has been moved. It must be Boogles. And so it would go and put the food back, go back into the hole, check for Boogles. And so then the scientists would come over, move the food again. The wasp would come out of the hole, see the food had been moved, and go like, oh my gosh, must be Boogles. So it would go back, check into the hole. It would move the food back. Each time it would move the food back to its original place, go back into the hole, come back out, see that it didn't move, go, oh my gosh, Boogles, oh, go back in, go back out, go back in, go back out. It would do this over and over and over. How long will the North American sand wasp do that?
Till he dies of starvation.
Till he dies of starvation. It'll do that until it dies. Often it'll die with the food in its mouth of starvation. So what is the sand wasp? The sand wasp is a victim. It's a victim. And this would happen over and over and over again in these studies, studied many times. This is a victim. A victim to what?
Its own belief system.
Its own belief system. You don't think it's a victim to the scientist? But it's like,
Yes.
yeah, it's the victim to the scientist. Darn, that scientist coming over and moving the food. Well, all the scientist is doing is moving the food. It's a victim to its own programs. Like Mary said, its beliefs. The North American sand wasp is programmed. Generational programming there. It'll keep repeating that pattern, that same pattern, and die with the food in its mouth. Because it doesn't have the power to choose. It doesn't have the power to break that program and choose something different and say, you know what, this isn't working for me. There's no Boogle. And in fact, the North American sand wasp doesn't have any predators anymore. The predator that it used to have went extinct a long time ago. So it has 0 predators. And it will still have that same programming and die with the food in its mouth. And we as humans do that as well, right? Because of our programming. Because of our programming. We'll play the victim and do the same thing over and over and over and over until we decide we need to change this. It's time for me to change this. And it's time to come from responsible. Right? This is harder to do than this. But if we keep doing this, we'll end up like this. A victim to our programming, repeating the same thing over and over again and thinking that the issue, that the problem is somehow outside of ourselves. It's everything out there. It's that person, it's the scientist, it's the desert, it's the sun, it's the Boogles. The Boogles aren't there anymore. The Boogles aren't there. When you were young, the Boogles were there. Someone hurt you, wasn't there for you, that should have been there for you. And so you form these beliefs to protect yourself. This is here to protect you, to keep you safe. The programming's there to keep you safe. The story, the identity is there to keep you safe. There is a payoff, there is a reward. And so when we're ready to take that step into what is unfamiliar and what is uncomfortable, and break the programming, then we're free. And we can realize that there's no Boogles. The Boogles don't exist anymore. They're in the past. They're extinct. There's no one there harming us. There's no one there that we're dependent on to meet our needs, that's not meeting our needs, that's abandoning us. There's no one there judging us, rejecting us. Maybe they are. That's okay. We're not dependent on them for our well-being, for survival. The Boogles are not there. And we have the power of choice. That's what the conscious mind does, right? The subconscious mind, it does all kinds of things to keep us safe, to protect us. It's not there because it wants to fuck up our lives. It's there because it served a purpose when we were young. Just like the programming with the wasp, it served a purpose to keep it safe, but it doesn't need it anymore. What are the predators that you're afraid of that don't exist anymore, that have been controlling you? That you're ready to release that control of, or release the idea of control. See, the wasp doesn't have choice, and you can choose. You can choose the life of your dreams. Because when we're playing from this place, victim, what gets sacrificed? The price for being here is that we don't get to experience this. And ultimately, we don't get to live our dreams. And the biggest reason for depression, there's two main reasons for depression. Number one is harsh, critical things that we say to ourselves over and over in our heads. And number two is not living our dreams. Not even taking a risk on our dreams. Out of fear, because it's safer to be here. This is safer. This is risky. This is risky as hell. You could lose it all, right? The price of empowerment is you could lose it all. Right? I'm a business owner. This is a risky business to be in. I could lose it all. I could fail. I could make a mistake. People could judge me, reject me, not want or value the services I offer. I could die broke and alone. Is it worth it? So we can forgive and move forward. Let the past go. You can choose the life of your dreams.